When I first heard about septic shock, it is just a shock that is caused by bacterial infection. I thought this bacterial infection and inflammation is going to cause damage to the blood vessels and blood would start leaking out from the blood vessels. But that is not true. Blood is not missing from the blood vessels in septic shock. What happens is the blood vessels just get too wide and then the blood pressure drops. Most people, when they are approaching meditation, they stumble onto the same problem. They think that they are missing calm, they are missing focus in their meditation session. But nothing is actually missing. It's just that you are not completely immersed in your meditation act. To meditate correctly, you have to fully lose yourself in your internal world. And to do that, you have to actually be there in your internal world, experiencing everything as if you are the first person. You need to see things, hear things, smell things, and touch things in your meditation session in order to make your meditation effective. The sad part is most dating advices given by society and other dating coaches do not even include meditation. They are too busy making people focused on wrong things like social skills, cold approaching, looks, money, status. But these things do not help. If these things helped, you would already be with the woman that you desire. You have to understand that the real issue is internal. Your emotional pattern and your nervous system is not aligned with the version of yourself that actually gets the right kind of girl into his life effortlessly. During COVID lockdown, I hit the rock bottom of my life. I was suffering from anxiety, panic attacks, depression, and most days I did not feel like I should even exist anymore. I just felt like I was stuck in my own mind, and I felt like all of my life is just going to be determined by my past choices and by my genetics. But by complete accident, I found this book called The Biology of Belief. This book has one central idea, and that is your emotional state is always upregulating or downregulating your genes. What that means is your biology is subject to your mental state. And this idea was not just interesting, it actually explained my whole life. Because when I looked back, whenever I used to feel the emotion of negativity and I used to drown in guilt, all of a sudden, people used to treat me so bad. The relationships of my life started to become chaotic and dramatic, and life just used to feel like one problem after another problem. But conversely, when I used to feel happy, light, confident, people used to treat me different. They used to be more nicer, and relationships used to flower, and life just used to be easier when I used to feel happy and confident from the inside. So I figured that this was not random. It was like everything that was going on within me was actually showing up in my external world. When I noticed this pattern, I completely stopped trying to grind socially. I stopped trying to go out and cold approach women. I stopped trying to upgrade my social skills in order to live an interesting life. I stopped trying to look up all these advices on mental health. I simply focused on my own internal world of thoughts and emotions. And that's what pulled me out of this boring existence, out of this dark place of anxiety, depression, and panic attacks. This is why I insist that every guy must learn how to meditate. You do not have to focus so much on social skills, outer game, cold approach, looks, money. It's just that you must understand real attraction begins from the inside. Your imagination, your emotions, your self identity holds a lot more value than you actually think. But here is the truth that most guys miss. When I talk about meditation, it is very easy to think that, oh, this guy must be talking about some relaxation technique. But that's not correct. Relaxation is just one aspect of meditation. When you do Yoga Nidra and you're able to relax completely, that is just the first step of meditation. The second step of meditation is visualization. You have to create an imaginal act in your own mind where you are already living your dream life, where the girls that you desire are already in your arms, and you can see that their pupils are dilated. You can hear that they are complimenting you, saying things like, wow, you're so amazing. You can smell the perfume on their bodies. You can touch them in this visualization. And the third step is you must be able to feel the elevated emotion of joy, gratitude, victory, satisfaction, and thrill out of this imaginal act. The reason why most men will never do this meditation is because I honestly believe that there are three levels of men in our society. The first kind of men is the uninitiated NPC. This guy thinks that looks, money, status, outer game is what gets the right kind of girl in his life. He does not know that his thoughts, his emotions, his imagination has so much power in his life. But luckily, if that person gets spiritually initiated, he can become an awakening creator. Now, this is level 2. Now, this guy can actually meditate, can visualize that he is already living his dream life. But the problem is when he comes out of his meditation, he suddenly falls back to his desperate past self. He again checks his phone to see if the girl that he likes has texted him back or not. So he cannot maintain this modified state of mind for an extended period of time. But the third level, and this is the level that you should aspire towards, is the master alchemist. Now, this guy knows that his imagination plus his emotion is always creating his personal reality. This is why yogis call our personal reality as Maya. By the way, Maya means illusion or a magical lie. He can make his imagination very vivid and he can completely dwell in his imaginal act. And the best part is when he opens his eyes and comes out of meditation, he is not desperate. He simply lets the world reshuffle itself until whatever he has visualized actually materializes in his life. But until then, he is just assured that his work is done. He has already done his duty. The duty of being able to fully immerse yourself in the imaginal act. The duty of providing all the sensory vividness to your imaginal act until your brain and body starts to believe that all these wonderful things are happening to you in real time and you start to feel this expansive emotion of joy and satisfaction and victory. So if you want to experience what it is like to meditate properly, I have created the emotion pill. It is a 6-minute guided practice where you will learn all the essentials of meditation, the Yoga Nidra for relaxation, how to visualize properly, how to discipline your attention so that you can feel the elevated emotion of joy, gratitude, victory, and most importantly, what are the things that you need to do before meditation because that is important, and what are the things that you should do after coming out of meditation so that you do not lose this modified state of mind and body and you can attract your desired reality faster towards you. It is simple, it is direct, it does not require you to force anything. The access for this guided practice is just $100. So you can just send me a text in the Gmail that I provide in the description box and the pinned comment section down below. We will hop on a Zoom call and make this happen quick. Now, I also have something really special for a very few number of men who actually want to improve their lives in the fastest rate possible. I offer them premium personalized one-to-one coaching. This coaching is for men who already have some success in their life, who have already made some money, but they are still frustrated because they cannot get the right kind of girl into their life effortlessly. They are also frustrated because they have all tried this superficial advice, go out and cold approach, learn the social skills, but they have understood that real attraction begins from the inside. So if you are this guy who wants to learn how to use your imagination, your attention, your subconscious mind, your emotion, so that you can change your identity at a core level and attract the right kind of girl into your life effortlessly, this coaching is for you. And you can apply for this coaching through my Gmail as well. Remember, your imagination and your emotion is always creating your personal reality.